My name's Lindy DeQuattro, and I'm a visual effects supervisor. I didn't necessarily knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I was always good at math and science, and I definitely had an interest there. And I took art classes at the local community center after school, so I definitely covered both aspects. And when I went to college, I double majored in art and computer science, although again, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do as a career. I went to USC to get my master's degree in computer science because I thought I would do something with graphics, and they had a good graphics program. I did a project called A Sailor's Tattoo, which was something that we got class credit for. But it was a great experience, great real-world experience working on a film, and using that I got an internship at Sony and then an internship at R. Greenberg, LA, where I worked on a film called Mortal Kombat that was based on the video game. When I first started in the industry, I was working at smaller companies, and at smaller companies you tend to do a little bit of everything. So I did my own layout, I did my own animation, I did my own lighting, rendering, and compositing. So when I interviewed at ILM, they asked me if I wanted to be an animator or a technical director, and I said, well, I want to do both. And they said, well, it doesn't really work that way, you kind of have to pick one or the other. And I said, all right, well, which one gets to be a visual effects supervisor? And they said, technical director. And I said, okay, I'll be a technical director. I haven't had a lot of opportunities to work with female visual effects supervisors in my career, but I have worked with a couple of visual effects supervisors early who gave me opportunities to supervise and do some development and some new things that launched my career forward. I would love to work with more female visual effects supervisors. Unfortunately, there just aren't a lot out there. The visual effects industry is definitely male-dominated, particularly in the supervisor ranks. There are a lot of female producers, and there are a lot, certainly female artists, and the number of female artists are growing, but we need more supervisors in every discipline and at all levels. I have definitely had bad experiences on set that I think were directly related to being a woman, and I'm sure I've lost shows because I was female, but it's not blatant. It's always little comments like, oh, we just need somebody who can deal with a really tough director, or just little comments like that. I think you have to start with some kind of quota to get women in those roles so that people get used to seeing them in those positions. And once that happens, you sort of take the fear out of giving those jobs to women. But there are good qualified people out there, and I think if we start with a quota and give them a chance, that's the way to start. My advice to future generations would be that you need to really love what you're doing, and you need to be prepared that you might face some setbacks. And if you're not prepared to sort of be in it for the long haul and take those hits when they come, then this might not be the industry for you, because I don't think it's going to change overnight. It's going to take a long time. But if you love it and you're willing to stick with it, I think eventually we'll get there.